New developments out of Oshkosh tonight. The 16-year-old student accused of stabbing the school resource officer at Oshkosh West High School has been charged as an adult in court. Today, for the first time, we're finding out exactly what investigators believe happened during that attack. NBC 26's Nina Sperano has the details from the criminal complaint that was released today. And Nina, what have you learned?
Well, Stacey, the 11-page court document identifies Grant Fuhrman as the suspect, accused of stabbing Officer Michael Wissink at Oshkosh West on December 3rd. According to these court documents, both Officer Wissink and Grant Fuhrman gave a detailed report of what happened. It says Fuhrman stabbed Officer Wissink in the neck with a two-pronged barbecue fork about 8 to 10 inches long. According to Officer Wissink and Fuhrman's statement, at 9:45 a.m., Fuhrman walked into Wissink's office. He asked the officer to look at something on his computer. That's when Fuhrman attacked the officer from behind so he, quote, wouldn't see it coming. Fuhrman says he planned to take Officer Wissink's gun. Court documents say he continued to stab the officer multiple times. Officer Wissink says the two were face to face when he reached for his taser but couldn't grab it, then pulled out a service weapon and fired several times. One of the bullets hit Fuhrman. The other hit Officer Wissink in the arm. Officer Wissink then pinned Fuhrman to the ground with his knees while he called for help. We've also learned in the criminal complaint that Grant Fuhrman had told a friend he wanted to stab Officer Wissink and take his gun. That was weeks before the attack. Investigators also found a Snapchat screenshot from Fuhrman dated December 3rd that had the words, "Today's the day." In the studio, Nina Sperano, NBC 26.
Thank you, Nina. With charges being filed, Grant Fuhrman made his first appearance in court today. He's charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Again, he's being charged as an adult. NBC 26's Ryan Curry was in court. He's live now in Oshkosh with more. Ryan?
Yeah, Stacey, right now that is the only charge Fuhrman faces. However, the district attorney says that charge is a significant one. He says the details listed in the criminal complaints make sense to charge Fuhrman as an adult. Now, Fuhrman joined the court today via video conference call from the Winnebago County Jail, during which representatives from the district attorney's office asked the judge that Fuhrman be a flight risk and not be allowed to leave the state of Wisconsin. The judge did grant that to the states. When I spoke with the district attorney after the hearing, he said the alleged events are so horrific and very sad to hear. He praised Officer Wissink for preventing any more people from being hurt, something the district attorney says could have happened.
Officer Wissink couldn't have done anything better than how he did things. You know, it's amazing his present sense, awareness, and his ability to handle the situation, contain the situation, and keep it from turning into something much more traumatic.
The judge set bond for $1 million, which is higher than what the state had originally asked for. I went to an address listed for Fuhrman to see if the family wanted to offer any words. A man answered the door and said they did not want to talk at this time. Fuhrman's next court appearance is set for January 6th. Live in Oshkosh, Ryan Curry, NBC 26.